And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Monday, September 13th. I hope you guys all had a great trading day here today. There was plenty of opportunity to be had. I also hope you had a great weekend. It was kind of a somber weekend, thinking about the 20th anniversary of September 11th. So those of you that were affected by that, you're all in my thoughts. Pretty tragic day in the history of the world. Hopefully a day we'll never have to see anything like that one again. Those of you that were affected, like I said, thinking about you guys and hope you guys all had a really nice weekend. With that being said, markets are moving here today. Crude oil, though, pretty quiet on the crude oil front. Opens up on its daily highs, rotates lower a little bit overnight consolidation, and then just kind of starts slowly crawling up the stairs back to the top. You got S&P 500. Wow, both S&P and Nasdaq. What an open, right? We opened up at our highs right near Thursday's settlement price, is where those markets kind of opened up for a little bit of a visual there. Markets opened up near Thursday's settlement price. Off the open, the move is lower. Takes off down to settlement price from Friday. S&Ps get a great bounce off of settlement price, where Nasdaq continues to move through. Nasdaq giving quite a few opportunities to and away from settlement price. S&P 500 gets a great bounce right off that initial break. Bounces nicely off a settlement price. Finally moves through. Puts in a new low and is resolving the day up 14 handles. Or 0.3%. So really a strong move there, where the Nasdaq has been down all day, is trading right at settlement price right now. Currently up, looks like 4 handles in the Nasdaq, or 0.03%. We'll see. Can that thing really hold out until we're done here on the day? I'll be curious to see how that one plays out. You've got gold. Gold has been staying in a nice channel. What's kind of gold's? It's been gold's standard here over the last few months. Once it starts to kind of fall into a little bit of a range, it defines a nice channel. And as a trader, we just fade those extremes. The market kind of starts to reach the high side, we break down. When it reaches the low side, we look to buy it, bring it back up. Gold is trading within that range here today. Really nice moves here today. Off settlement price, rallies to Thursday settlement price, and then starts to come back inside. And we'll take a look closer at that range and that channel that gold's been trading in here shortly. You've got the euro. Opens up this morning away from settlement price, makes the move finally back towards settles. Opens up pretty much on its low. Gets a strong rally right back to settlement price. Settlement price rejects it and pushes it just slightly lower. Now, we've got opportunity in the 10-year note. It's not often we get to sit here and say 10-year notes presenting something. That market opened up, breaks down to settlement price, rallies right up to Friday's value area high, and rotates right inside, staying right near Friday's point of control. So let's go take a look at these charts here and see what we had going on here today. First, I just want to say hello to everyone. Brian, good afternoon. Sean Ednelson, good to see you. Ricardo, settlement to VWAP. Hey, VWAP works great. You guys know me. I enjoy that one. PD, good afternoon. And Sean cleared 8,000 through Nasdaq. Way to go. Great numbers there, guys. All right, let's go take a look at these charts and see what we got going on today. As always, we're starting with our crude oil. Crude oil maintaining gorgeous trend to the upside, but market is trending higher. What is our job? Our job is to find weakness to make some trades. Market opens up this morning and actually continues with trend. It breaks down a little bit off the open. We get a little slight pullback right to VWAP. Talking about that one Right there, Ricardo. Market breaks down to VWAP and gets a nice little bounce, makes a new high. Once that market makes a new high, that's really where we want to start to look to fall back. We're waiting for an opportunity. We're waiting for weakness to present. Weakness starts to present, and we finally get this market moving back into the upside towards the end of the day. Tough trade because it's nothing in particular we're looking for here unless you start to really define the channel that this market's been trading in. And this is something I try to do every single day I am trading. I try and define my channels. Where are my highs and where are my lows? When I've got multiple points of contact, again, this is pretty crudely drawn just to give some sort of visual presentation, I'm starting to try and pay attention. We can keep bringing it back. We can keep coming back with this channel here. We'll bring this one from down here all the way up. Market's checking it, checking it, checking it. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for opportunity when the market is at or near one of those extremes. Now, it works in a trending market. It works in a range-bound market, right? If we define our channel, our job is to look for the market to move to the high side of an extreme. And hey, that's where we can maybe look for some shorts. Or as we approach the low side of a channel, that's where we get to start to look for some sort of long opportunity. The key is we really want to avoid the middle. Avoiding the middle is where you get caught in the chop. And this is where I hear it too often, that traders are getting caught in the chop because they're getting caught stuck in the middle because they're not being patient enough, or they're looking for the big breakout. When you start to kind of frame that market space out for you, it's really going to help alleviate your risk and how much you're risking in each and every trade. It's also going to extremely help with the patience. It's going to tell you wait for that market to get near an extreme for some sort of opportunity. And we've got that here now over the last couple of days with crude oil. And I'm going to continue to look for those chances. Now it can move through it. It's when we start to see big trade and acceptance outside of those channels that we have to start to adjust once again. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500. Now S&P settled 44.58 quarter. 44.58. Where are we at? Here we go. 44.58 quarter. Oh, and by the way, don't forget we have rolled. I'm looking at I've got the wrong one up there. We have rolled from SEP to DEES. We have rolled from SEP to DEES. So SEP's settlement price, my quote board was incorrect. 44.49 even. 44.49 even. Right here is where settlement price. Market opens up away from settlement price. And what's the first thing we're looking at on an open? If that market makes the initial move higher, yeah, we moved a whole handle higher and the market started to break. Once we start to see that market choose the direction, it chose pretty quickly right off the open, that's going to tell us right away, look to see this market close the gap down towards settlement price. Settlement price, again, 44.49 even, near overnight low. Friday swing low as well. We've got a lot of targets down below. It's a great opportunity to look for a trade. Now, when the market approaches settlement price, we're going to have, I say this every single time, and I'll continue to reiterate, we've got a couple options when market gets to settlement. It's going to do one of two things. It's going to be a springboard, or it's going to be accelerant. Well, Nasdaq was an accelerant. S&P, the initial move, it was a springboard. Market came right down to the tick, and we had a really nice bounce, and it rotated higher. Now, here's where things get interesting. We get a bounce off the settlement price near overnight lows, Friday's low, and we try to break back inside Friday's value area. Value area low from Friday right here at 44.60. 44.60's value area. Market does not accept and gets rejected by Friday's value area. What is that telling us? That's telling us you've got a great opportunity for shorts. Look to see this market continue in the direction, and it did exactly that. Now we're trying to get back into Friday's value area once again. End of day, volume's gone, but here's a great opportunity. If you miss the initial short, another great opportunity to mitigate and keep your risk, or have that asymmetric opportunity, as John likes to say, mitigate that risk and continue with the trend lower. That was a great opportunity in my opinion right there. Next, let's go ahead and look at the Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq settled on Friday, 15,434. Again, Nasdaq is in the DEES contract. We are no longer in SEP. We are in DEES. So, settlement price right here, 15,434, 15,434, right where we're trading, a few handles below right where we're trading. Same thing happens here. Market opens up, makes an attempt to get to point of control from Friday. Does not get there. Does not make it to point of control. That's saying a lot. This market looks to rotate lower. Rotates really nicely down to settlement price. And now where I said S&Ps, settlement price became a springboard. Nasdaq, it became an accelerant, pressing this market through, looking to make lower lows. All right, if you miss the initial break, now we've got more opportunity coming. This market gave 1, 2, possibly 3 great chances for really quality moves in this market. So we're starting to look at settlement price. We're going to continue to keep an eye on settles. 434, 15,434 is settlement price. Market break rallies right up to it once it broke through, and it broke down once again. Came and checked those initial lows. Here's an opportunity to say, hey, here's my range. I'm looking to fade my extremes. I'm going to buy the low. I'm going to see if I can get this market to rotate back inside towards settlement price. It does. It rotates right back towards settlement price. Settlement price rejects it lower once again, and it comes down to our low once again, right where that opening range low or opening move low came in. Boom, we've got a nice short here. Now is a great chance for us to say, let's look for a long and see if we can rotate this one more time back to settlement price. Again, keeping our risk relatively tight, and we're rotating this market back higher. So you've got, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 great chances to range trade this market, avoiding the risk and the volatility of that first half hour and starting to fall into a little bit more controlled trading and a little bit more controlled opportunity, which isn't always the case when trading a product like the Nasdaq. Next, let's go ahead and look at the gold. All right, so like I was saying, gold has fallen once again into a nice channel. And just looking at this chart and ignoring today, if you're looking at this market, where can today's low, which we've had 1, 2, 3, and 4 really nice lows down here right where this market made the low today. Where can we go to the upside? Well, we've got point of control. We've got value area high, a value area high, a value area high. We got a lot calling our attention right up in this area. We're going to probably avoid this anomaly up above, and we're going to try and stay inside. Today's high, 18,000. What is 1800? What is 1800? A big fat round number. This is simple visuals that we're seeing on a chart now. Brandon, I see your question there. I assume you're talking about volume profile. You're going to come right up here to drawing tools. Select drawing tools, and you're going to select volume profile. Now we're going to put volume profile over gold just to get a visual of our value areas that this market has been trading in here over the last week or so. And that's going to be my range. That's going to help me define some extremes to get an idea of where the time and volume is in this market over this last few days. And I'm going to continue to look for some opportunity at these extremes or as we approach them. Again, swing lows, huge indication. We've got strong volume holding between 1790 and just above 1800 over at 1801. So great opportunity here today in this market. Now, let's take a look at the euro. Euro, like we said, opens up on some lows and gets a strong, really nice move right back to settlement price, breaking out of the trend lower. All right, so settlement price in the euro on Friday was let me adjust this. Remember, this is also, we have rolled as well in the euro. 118.36, 118.36. Right here, settlement price. Market rallies nicely. So now, we were looking at crude oil, and we talked about this idea of defining channels, right? And the market's going to break out every so often, and we got to readjust. Well, this market, in the last 24 hours of trade, been in a really nice channel to the downside. Really well defined, good opportunity off of it multiple times. Really something worth paying attention to. Fading those extremes. We can sell the high side, we can buy the low side, we can sell the high side, we can buy the low side. Here's where things change. I'm sure a lot of people looking at this, here's your thought initially. Okay, I'm going to look for my short. We're on the high side of that channel. Nothing wrong with that. Very reasonable trade. This is where things start to change. Market has now traded an hour outside of that channel. I am looking to adjust. Now we have changed market states. Market state has changed here for me. I'm going to look to adjust. I'm looking for my long opportunity. So I'm probably not looking for the buy down here. I'm looking for the buy once I get outside. And maybe I'm catching the buy here strictly because it's on the low side of the channel, but I'm not looking to continue with that long as we approach the high side. I'm looking to keep my longs pretty tight or short-lived in a downtrend like this. Once we start to break out, now I'm looking for the long. Where's my chance? Well, our chance is presented when the market shows a little bit of weakness. We get a little bit of weakness right around 9 o'clock this morning to take that move to the upside. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at the 10-year note. 10-year note finally presented some opportunity. And John will be talking about this tomorrow morning as well. We are going to sunset the 10-year note as it really isn't presenting all that much opportunity regularly. And we're going to be, I believe, replacing it with natural gas. So if you're a natural gas trader, we'll be bringing that one in, and we're going to be sunsetting the 10-year note. Well, 10-year note opens up this morning, and the open breaks right down. Value area low Friday. Boom. What are we looking for? We are looking for this market to stay inside value. If we're inside value, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to continue to stay within that value area. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Today, not the case. Market breaks down to value area low. We get a nice rally to the upside, right to point of control, and continue right up to Friday's value area high. We stayed really, really nicely. Good opportunity in this market to rotate from low to high. We also have a nice bounce off settlement price. Settlement price in this market is 133.05. 133.05, which happens to be Friday's value area low. So really a good opportunity as this market worked down to the low side. All right, everybody, those are our markets here today. I hope you found some good opportunities. Burl, good to see you. Glad you joined us. Justin, hope you caught the moves in copper and natural gas. All right. I did not, but maybe some of you guys did. And yeah, Justin, I used to work with a team of nat gas traders before I came over to Top Step, so been around it for quite a while. I'll tell you is you seem to be a passionate guy when it comes to natural gas, and Theodore, I would agree. 10-year is very boring, but it is extremely important. It is the most traded product, futures product from the CME. So it is an extremely important product. So I'm a treasuries guy, have been since the day I was born. Always active in treasuries. It's not something that's always the easiest to day trade when it's only moving up and down a couple ticks here and there. So we're going to sunset that. We're going to bring in natural gas. Burl, my main product, I trade a lot of S&P, a little bit of Nasdaq, 30-year bond option. That's my background. I will never leave that one, so I'm paying attention to the 30-year constantly. When it comes to futures, those are my main ones I'm looking at. Thanks, Theodore. All right, guys. Let's touch on everything else. We got Bitcoin, right? Word was Walmart was going to start accepting Litecoin. Not the case, not true. Bitcoin down a little bit here today. Where's my chart on it? $44,860 a coin there in Bitcoin. All right, for those of you that have been here since the first of the year, we bought Bitcoin at $34,000, so we are still in the money on that one. And our other one was Airbnb. We bought it at $148. We're making some money there. $160. We're back in the money on Airbnb. That was feeling good. Now let's take a look at some of these meme stocks we like to keep our eyes on. AMC trading $51.70. GameStop $203, back over that 200 mark, rallying from 205 up today. Pretty nice move. At Tesla, loving being above 700. Opens up at 740, ending the day up at 743 after a little bit of volatility. Breaks from 740 down to 710, and then you get a nice $33 rally going into the end of the day. Robinhood, another down day for Robinhood, rotating from 41.50 down to 40.60, so a 90-cent break on that market, but it did dip below $40 today. But we caught a little bid at the end of the day. And then lastly, VIX. No surprise here. We saw the big sell-off. VIX is increasing. Remember, the last couple weeks we've been 15, 16, 17. We broke above 21 today. Our VIX was up over 21. At 21.1, about approximately 21.2. Going to end the day below 20 at 19.3. Well, we caught a bid at the end of the day. It's going to send the VIX lower. So that's what we got going on there. No major news going on. It sounds like House Democrats are proposing new tax hikes. Hope you guys like to pay taxes to help pay for their $3.5 trillion bill. I haven't looked into it. We'll see how that one goes. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign on out of here. I hope you guys have all had a great day. John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. So until then, stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Take care. Oh, thank you for pointing that out. Tomorrow, economic releases. You've got CPI, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. That's the big one. Inflation talk. Pay attention to that. 25 minutes later, it's 7:55 a.m. You're going to have the Red Book coming out, and then I'll be about it for tomorrow. All right. Thank you for the reminder there, Theodore. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign on out. Like I said, John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. So until then, stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. I look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care.